Have you ever been to a place that was so creepy it sent shivers down your spine? In today's video, we will be discussing a terrifying case that happened in a haunted forest and will leave you questioning what actually happened. So grab some popcorn, get cozy, and let's get into today's video. In 2019, a young mother of two named Maura Murray vanished without a trace after visiting the woods near her home. Her last call was to an unknown number, and that was the last time anyone heard her voice. The strange circumstances surrounding her disappearance have led many to believe she may have fallen victim to foul play. But as the years pass with no answers, the truth may forever remain hidden. Maura Murray was born in 1989 and grew up in the small town of Haverhill, New Hampshire, United States. She was described as an outgoing and adventurous spirit who loved spending time in nature. As a child, she had always been fascinated by the woods behind her house and would spend hours exploring the area. Even as an adult, she never lost her appreciation for the great outdoors and would often go hiking or camping with her friends. On February 9, 2019, 29-year-old Maureen Murray left her home to go to work at Memorial Hospital in North Conway. After finishing her shift at around 7 p.m., she decided to take a drive through the nearby woods for some fresh air before heading back home. According to reports from the police, Murray called 911 shortly after 7:30 p.m., claiming that she had just hit a deer and needed assistance. When the operator asked her for her location, she replied that she was off Route 16 near the woods, which could mean one of several locations. The operator then dispatched local police and firefighters to search for Murray, but they were unable to locate her vehicle or any signs of a collision. At this point, Murray's phone went dead, and nobody had any idea where she was, or if she was even okay. Her family became increasingly worried when she failed to return home that night, and they began calling around to friends and neighbors in an attempt to find out what had happened to her. Nobody had seen or heard from her since the fateful phone call to 911, and there was no indication as to where she could be. The following morning, after not hearing anything from her daughter, Karen Murray, Maura's mother, went to her home to check on her. However, she was shocked to find that Maura was nowhere to be found. All of her belongings were still there, including her wallet, keys, and cell phone, suggesting that she had left willingly and hadn't simply forgotten them behind. Concerned that something might have happened to her, Karen contacted the police, who began a full-scale investigation into her disappearance. As part of the investigation, authorities combed through Maura's phone records trying to find out who she had been in contact with prior to her disappearance. They discovered that she had made a mysterious phone call to an unknown number shortly before going missing, but it didn't appear to be any of her regular contacts. This strange fact only added more mystery to the case, and investigators were left scratching their heads trying to figure out who this mysterious caller was, and why it could have led to Murray's disappearance. Despite an extensive search, there was no sign of Maura, and her whereabouts remained a complete mystery. Authorities put together a timeline of events leading up to her disappearance, but they were unable to come up with any solid leads as to what could have happened. On February, surveillance footage captured Murray driving her 2012 Honda Civic into the parking lot of Memorial Hospital at 6:53 p.m. Afterwards, she was seen leaving the hospital at 7:03 p.m. and heading towards her home in Conway. At 7:07 p.m., she called 911 reporting the accident and requesting assistance. And after that, all traces of her seemed to vanish into thin air. One theory is that Murray could have been the victim of foul play. It's possible that she may have been abducted while driving home from work or during her hike in the woods. Unfortunately, there is no concrete evidence to support this theory, and it remains just that, a theory.
Ow!
Another possibility is that Murray could have had an accident and become disoriented or injured. If she had hit a deer and sustained a head injury, she may have been unable to remember who she was or where she was, which could explain why she didn't call for help once she realized she was alone. However, the fact that her car was never found and there were no signs of a collision makes this theory seem unlikely. Perhaps the most intriguing theory is that Murray could have intentionally vanished, choosing to disappear rather than face whatever challenges she was facing in her life. This theory is supported by the fact that she left behind all of her belongings, suggesting that she didn't intend to return home anytime soon. But if she did choose to run away, why? What could have caused her to abandon everything and everyone, including her two young children? In the days following her disappearance, hundreds of volunteers joined the search effort, combing through the woods near her home, in hopes of finding some sign of her. But despite their best efforts, there was no sign of Maura to be found. The local community was shaken by her sudden vanishing, and many residents still have questions about what happened to her. With no new leads in the case, the police were forced to suspend their search efforts, much to the dismay of Murray's family and friends. They were desperate for answers and determined to find out what really happened to her. But as time passed with no resolution, they began to lose hope. Maura's mother, Karen, refused to give up on finding her daughter. She continued to reach out to the media, keeping her story in the public eye and hoping that someone with information would come forward. In addition to her tireless efforts to find Maura, Karen also set up a website dedicated to her daughter's memory, sharing updates on the case and asking for prayers and support. Despite the agonizing uncertainty of not knowing what happened to her daughter, Karen remained hopeful that she would be found safe and sound one day. With each passing year, the chances of finding Maura alive become slimmer and slimmer. However, her family and friends continue to hold on to hope that she is out there somewhere and will be reunited with them someday. The case has gained national attention with numerous true crime podcasts and documentaries covering the mysterious disappearance. Each retelling of the story brings new theories and perspectives, but ultimately there are more questions than answers. As the years have passed, many have speculated on what exactly happened to Maura Murray. Some believe that she was taken by a stranger while hiking alone in the woods. Others think that she may have gotten lost and is still out there somewhere, disoriented and afraid. Still others believe that she may have intentionally disappeared, running away from her problems and choosing to live off the grid. With no concrete evidence to support any of these theories, the truth of what happened to Murray may never be known. But as the years pass and the mystery deepens, one thing is certain: the search for answers will never end. The small town where Murray lived and worked is located in the heart of New England, known for its picturesque landscapes and tight-knit communities. But beneath the surface of this seemingly idyllic town lies a dark secret. The woods near Murray's home were said to be haunted, with some locals even claiming that there were bodies buried there. While these stories may seem like nothing more than campfire tales, they add an eerie twist to the already bizarre disappearance of Maura Murray. In the days following her disappearance, rumors began to spread that the woods near her home were cursed, and that anyone who entered them would never be seen again. While there is no evidence to support these claims, they have only added to the mystery surrounding Murray's case. The local library houses a collection of old documents and maps that detail the history of the area. According to these records, the land where the woods are located was once used as a burial ground for Native Americans. Some believe that the restless spirits of those buried there may be responsible for the strange and unexplained phenomena that have been reported in the area. As the investigation into Murray's disappearance continued, many people came forward with stories of strange and unexplained occurrences in the woods. Some claimed to have seen ghostly figures wandering through the trees, while others reported hearing disembodied voices and footsteps. Although these accounts cannot be verified, they paint a picture of a place where the veil between the living and the dead is said to be at its thinnest. If you are someone who believes in ghosts and the supernatural, the thought of Murray's body being lost forever in these haunted woods is truly terrifying. It's enough to make anyone's blood run cold and their skin crawl. But even if you don't believe in ghosts, the mystery of what happened to Murray is still a chilling one. Even now, nearly 4 years after her disappearance, the search for answers continues. Her family and friends have not given up hope that she will be found. But the truth is that the longer she is missing, the less likely it is that she will be found alive. In the end, the case of Maura Murray is a haunting reminder of the fragility of life and the mysteries that still exist in our world. Whether her disappearance was the result of foul play, or an accident, or her own choices, the truth is that we may never know what really happened to her. The woods near her home will continue to be shrouded in mystery, and the search for answers will continue for many years to come. That's all for this video. Leave us a comment below about what you thought of this case. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching.